Hello folks, welcome back to the program. Yes, as we just watched the Changchuters in their 20th journey, now we have someone that is very inspiring in our studios. In regards to this, where Indonesia has a major plastic waste problem on its hands and the crisis extends beyond the ocean and into the nation's rivers. Every year, around 8 million tons of plastics are dumped into the ocean, and Indonesia contributes more than 600,000 tons of that. This is according to the estimates by the Indonesian Institute of Sciences. Currently, Indonesia is the top 4 of the most marine polluting countries in the world.
Yes, among the concrete actions taken are the prohibiting the dumping of waste onto beaches and organizing regular cleanup activities involving local residents, like what an organization called Langit Biru Pertiwi does. Their mission is to clean the ocean as well as to educate local communities.
Furthermore, the cleanup also raised public awareness about the threat of plastic waste on marine environment and to keep the shores clean and safe. And with that said, right now we're going to learn more about this community and find out more about their efforts and also challenges. Let's meet our guest today, the founder and CEO of Langit Biru Pertiwi, Mbak Nadia Mulya. Thank you so much. Oh, look at you. Very stunning.
Thank you.
We're wearing blue and you're perfect for this.
Yes. Because I saw the e-flyer is blue. Okay, I'm not going to wear blue. I'm going to do something completely the opposite. Wow, I'm looking at myself on the monitor. It's really shiny.
You look fabulous as always,
you.
especially on your engagement on this, right?
Yeah.
And for you to tackle our environmental issues, especially right here in Indonesia. Let's talk more about Langit Biru Pertiwi. So what really inspired you to kind of found Langit Biru Pertiwi?
Okay, so first of all, like my parents taught me from a very young age the very basic things in life, which I think is the foundation of having a sustainable kind of lifestyle. For example, finish your food, don't use plastic waste, be mindful of your consumption and everything. So. Right. I was just living according to that, and then one day I was doing a show as well, and I had guests, and they were from Gerakan Indonesia Diet Kantong Plastik, and when I was interviewing them, I'm like, hang on, they're doing exactly what I'm doing. So I said, can I be a volunteer? And from then on, it was in 2016, and then we joined forces with Jakarta Beach Cleanup, with Jakarta Paddle Club, with 3D Oasis, with Miss Cuba Indonesia. And then because we like to do outdoor activities like cleaning up Ciliwung, cleaning up the roads of Jakarta, and also cleaning up the beaches, we decided, okay, so let's make this more into something, not just a sporadic movement, let's make this a regular thing. So we decided to make it more intense, and then companies started to ask us to do their ESG, CSRs activities, and then we're like, okay, let's make this into a company. So we made this into PT Langit Biru Pertiwi. Right. And the reason behind the name is Langit Biru, because I think that's the thing that makes you like really, this is what gives me energy in the morning.
Yeah.
You wake up, you open the windows, the shades, and then you look up the sky, and then you see clear blue skies. It's just a dose of happiness, and Jakarta had issues with the pollution a few days back, and then I actually felt the energy around me, my kids and my friends and families are like so dreary, so gloomy. But now I'm so happy. I was driving here and then I looked at the sky. It's blue, it's giving you a dose of happiness, of energy. So that's the kind of feeling that I want with Langit Biru Pertiwi. So as we're now venturing into wider movements, we're doing coral plantation, we're doing mangrove planting, we're doing reusable cups instead of single-use plastic cups, So that's the kind of energy that I want in Langit Biru Pertiwi, and also in everybody's lifestyle who's stumbling across my Instagram or Langit Biru's Instagram page.
That's really great to kind of like shift our focus, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's I'm curious about the activities that you do with Langit Biru Pertiwi in terms of the beach cleanup.
Yeah.
Both in the past and in the future plans. What is actually the plans for the company? Yeah.
Well, again, before it was more of like organic movement. We were doing this, but then because we're getting so much attention, I want this to become something much more sustainable. So that's why whenever we're doing our beach cleanup activities, it's not just like we go there and we just clean it up. That's it. We also do education. We also do advocacy. We also the trash that we collect. We segregate them. The ones that we can recycle, we recycle as well. And then whenever we go there, we never want to create more waste, more trash. So we always bring, we ask everybody to bring their own tumblers, to bring their own cutleries, and even when we have to feed the people there, we're always bringing our own lunch boxes and we bring them back. So asking about your question about what is the future endeavors for Langit Biru Pertiwi, it's also based on that. So whenever we're doing something, I see an opportunity here. That's why we're now doing, it's called Balikin. We're doing reusable cups that I mentioned before. And if you guys are going to Car Free Day on Sunday, you're going to see me because I'm working with Jakarta Women Half Marathon. So we're replacing the single-use plastic cups with the Balikin cups. So that's also another project that Langit Biru Pertiwi is doing. But the bottom line is we just want to change people's mindset, people's behavior in using single-use plastics.
That's right. So, I mean, you were tapping on plastic waste, Nadia. In regards to this, if we're talking about major cities, this includes Jakarta, Surabaya, Bali, I think people are more aware, especially in Bali. But we do understand also, especially, you know, for the low or mid and low income and MSMEs, sometimes they're like street vendors, they're still using this because it is the most cheapest, it is the most easiest for them to, for them to use, for them to have their business and then to, you know, you just use plastic and that's it.
Yeah.
It's very economical for them too.
Correct.
So how can we penetrate the education to educate them to kind of, you know, it maybe takes a little couple of rupiah, but then you're going to save the environment too, and it's going to do good for your business and also for the environment. How to penetrate that certain community.
How to ignite behavior change, right?
I'm curious about that as well.
I am too. That's why I'm taking psychology again. I'm taking a bachelor's degree in psychology. And one of the mata kuliah, one of the topics that I'm very interested in is behavior change.
Right.
So I'm curious about that too because I'm trying so many ways. We're trying through education. We're trying to monetary incentives and everything like that. But the narrative that I'm trying to do now is, did you see Gadis Kretek?
Yes.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
And then when I was watching Gadis Kretek, it was so viral. Everybody was watching it. And I noticed one thing. There wasn't a single-use plastic there. So what I'm trying to, the narrative I'm trying to bring up is that Indonesia didn't use plastic in the 1960s or before that. We're very close with the earth. We use banana leaves, we use all sorts of leaves, we use pasporun, and even in the scene where she was doing the photocopy machine, they didn't put it in a plastic sheet. They wrapped it with brown paper. So I'm like, we were there before. Life was fine. We were very close with Mother Earth. We lived a very sustainable and happy life.
Yes.
We can go there again.
Yes.
Right.
So I think just trying to empower the Indonesian people, thinking that, you know, this is us actually.
Yes.
We're not the single-use, consumptive kind of people that the big multinational companies want us to be.
Yeah.
So just giving them a chance and being proud of Indonesia, being Indonesian and kearifan lokal and all those kind of things that's the way that I want to try and bring it in, you know, to make people do this with pride.
Yeah.
Because they're doing it
Right.
as their connection to the earth, as being an Indonesian.
Yes, and be aware also. I mean, again, people sometimes like if you don't know, then you would not love it, and this is a time for people to understand and also to love.
Yeah, because beforehand, when it was so difficult, because I was also the one who brought the petition about the elimination of single-use plastic in 2016. Before I remembered, it was so difficult for us to bring the shopping bags when we go shopping, right?
Yeah.
But now it's already it's the norm.
Yeah, it's like a second habit.
Yeah, it's already a habit now. And then people are bringing tumblers wherever they go. So behavior change, it takes a lot of effort. But once everybody is doing it, it becomes a lifestyle. So I have, although like you said, a lot of people, whatever their background is, like some people I know, they're like high class, well educated, they still throw trash, they don't finish their food or something like that. It's regardless of that. Once you do it and then you see that it's not a hassle, everybody else is doing it, you feel good afterwards, you know, hopefully that will be the basis of their behavior change. It's going to be something sustainable, something that they do because it defines who they are.
Right. Because this is definitely not going to be just Langit Biru Pertiwi's work, right? It needs to be a collective effort.
Yes.
Everyone else in the industry, in the consumer side, everyone. And what do you think will motivate, especially the youths, to be more aware of their environment, to be reducing their single-use plastics? Yes.
That's why I have huge hopes now, because everybody's saying Gen Zs, the younger generation, they're more into this, they're more aware, and they're looking up to people who have a sustainable lifestyle. So I'm actually very hopeful because a lot of behavior change, a lot of initiatives are coming from these younger generations.
Right.
So yeah, I think as long as we all join forces, because there are so many NGOs out there, there's so many communities, companies, just join forces, you know, just educate yourself, just collaborate, because I think collaborate is key. So whenever we also do the beach cleanup, we'd meet new people, and then we'd venture into new things, we'd collaborate more. And as an environmental activist, environmental enthusiast, we're just so excited to support each other's movement. So like whenever my friend has a movement and I'm like, okay, let me help. What can I do? Can I be a volunteer? Can I post on my social media? Can I hook you up with somebody? And then we create a very supportive ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think, because when you're doing all of these social movements, environmental activism, you feel young. You feel it gives you energy, you know, and then you attract equally positive energy people. So so it's always you can see how I'm excited.
And
Yes, you can. It's a good energy.
Yeah.
it's a
And every step as always matters. And in that regards, is there a particular area in Indonesia that Langit Biru Pertiwi is tapping on or more concentrating on in regards to the plastic waste?
The thing is, every time we do a cleanup, like last time we did in Anyer, from the communities, for example, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for doing this. We need so much help. Please help raise awareness. We need a TPS, we need a TPA and everything like that, you know. So I think every single destination we go to, we also did one in Danau Toba, it's always the same. When people see that the impact that can be created, it gives them more energy. So for me, it's not about which area we're going to concentrate on. I want to be able to spread our wings as wide as we can.
Okay.
And starting from this month, end of this month, we're going to be doing regular cleanups. At the moment, we're focusing on Jakarta, Tangerang, Bogor, Bekasi, Depok. So if you guys want to come and join, be a volunteer.
Yes.
We're going to be doing activities every end of the month. So yeah, hopefully with that, and along the way, people are going to say, can you come and visit my place, my area? We need help, like that. So just doing a cleanup, one cleanup at a time, and hopefully it will open new doors.
It is such a good regulatory kind of agenda now for those certain communities on the areas or the regions that you already mentioned before, because, you know, my following question was, let's say you were in Danau Toba, you were doing the beach cleanup only for one time, but how can Langit Biru Pertiwi assess, okay, we did it with you guys, so it should be a common, common activity for you. Let's say, let's do it for every week for us to clean it, so then it would not be such a big hassle for us to do it every month. Do you, Langit Biru Pertiwi, also assess those communities and also the regions?
Well, basically, whenever we do something, we want it to be sustainable. We want it to have a lasting impact. So we actually have a framework, like, doing cleanups is only the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
It ignites awareness. It evokes your love for nature, because when you love nature, you want to keep it clean, right? So it starts from there. But later on, if you want to make it a habit, you need to do it continuously.
Yes.
You need to make it into your daily lifestyle. So next, we can assess by saying, okay, we're going to be doing this regularly. We're partnering up with local communities. And then one of our bigger goal after we do the cleanups, the beach, the river cleanups, is to have a bank sampah, waste bag. So because always the problem is there's two sides of the story when you're talking about waste, plastic waste especially. The picking up, the cleaning up, and where you divert it. Because most of it goes to the landfill again and again. It goes to the landfill. Some people burn it. It goes back into the rivers and the waters and everything like that. So if you really want to recycle it, like I have friends who are they have plastic recycling plan, or we would suggest to make a bank sampah. So then you can really monitor, like every month, every week, every day, we would input this amount of plastic waste, and then the output is this much. So you can monitor, because once you have sound data, then you can make really proper policies, sound policies from
And
that.
also incentives, because I remember back in the days when I was back in the US, like we would recycle them, and every week my parents would take me, let's go, you know, and we'll get a couple of change and pocket money for the children. It's something that you know from the behavior also. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, thank you, Nadia, for joining us today in the studio.
There's still so many that we would like to
Many
discuss
questions,
and dissect of Langit Biru Pertiwi.
But sadly, we're out of time. So thank you so much again for coming.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having me.
hopefully, what you do can inspire many youths and many others who are watching the program and not watching the program to also do the same like you did.
Yeah, we're definitely inspired by you, and of course, I want to get your freshness. If I can have that ability of my behavior of saving the environment and be as gorgeous as Nadia Mulya, I'm going to take on for it. But thank you so much for your time. We'll talk more with you later on, and of course, right here on the C Morning Show. But right now, we're taking a quick break, and after that, what do we have, Archie?
We have a sports update
That's right.
from the world of F1 and NBA with Carol right here.